This conference will now be recorded.
I don't think so. I have tried all these things, I guess. Okay, let me just then do that mode function itself. So this is your data set, mode of dataset dollar column. So mode of dataset dollar column. Please concentrate, everyone. I think there is no inbuilt function of mode in R. Then most of them are telling the answers. See, if you talk about this, please be on mute. Okay, so let me just take an example of this column called as education. So there is bachelor's, HS grad, 11th, bachelor's, 9th, master degree. Okay, let me just take work class like state, government, private. We have some self-employment not included or something like this: private, federal government, private. So let me just try to calculate the mode for this column called as work class. So yesterday I told you, right, mode is for your non-categorical data. Even you can do it for numerical data as non-numerical data. Even you can do it for numerical data as well. So this work class, I'm going to take it and let me try to do your mode function. Please concentrate. Can we work on this mode function or not? So the data set name is called as X. Data set name called as X. So I'm going to calculate mode on work class. So some of them I've told the function to calculate your mode is mode of X dollar work class. So let me just choose this X mode dollar X dollar work class. So let me just, if I run this, what it gives, it is giving it as character. Anyone answer? Yes, can anyone answer what is the next function? Somebody told me it is get mod. Somebody told me mode of dataset dollar column, that is Sanjay. Okay, Debanshu says it is get mode. Let me just try with Debanshu's answer, get mode. So this is Debanshu. It is showing it as private. What do you mean by this? Okay, so with respect to this, I have already run that function, so that is the reason it is taking. So let me just choose some other column, X dollar. So let me choose marital status. Marital. So I think this will also work because I've taken it as get mode function as well. So that's the reason. So it was giving you, but I have written my get mode function below. So that is the reason. This is not an user defined function. Remember, there is no function for your mode. There is no inbuilt function for your mode in R. Try to write it down. So there is no mode function in your R. So you need to write an explicit function to calculate your mode. What is that explicit function? So you need to write a function in this way, in this particular way. So UDF, what is that UDF, Bhupendra? What is that UDF? Bhupendra says UDF. What is it, Bhupendra? Can you tell me in brief?
It is like it is built by, I mean, the user, not a system defined function.
Okay, but can you use UDF function and you
We
can
need to write
calculate?
a logic, right?
Yeah, that is what get
Yes.
mode. That is
Now you
what I'm
said.
telling.
Hmm.
See, that is what I'm telling. There is no user defined function. You need to, so there is no inbuilt function. You need to write user defined function. So that is what I've
Okay.
written here. See, get mode. Get mode is an user defined function. I can give it as get mode 1 as well. Get mode 1. I'm writing a function inside this. Function of v. See, please try to understand. This is a function of v. Open parenthesis. I am assigning this parameter v by using a function called as unique, because you should identify your unique parameter. So consider that you're having your data in this way. You're having a column called as gender, for example. In gender, you'll have male, female, male, male, female. So you need to identify the mode. How many mode in the sense either it can be more number of males or more number of females, that is number of occurrences. Number of occurrences. Whereas in your numerical data, if you want to calculate mean, you had a simple function called as mean. For median, there was a simple function called as median. And with respect to standard deviation SD, where skewness, kurtoses, box plot, histogram, box bar plot. But when it comes to your mode, there is no inbuilt function. So you need to write a special function. You can pass this v anything. You need not have to worry about this v. It should be always v. You can pass it as function of a, function of a, function of b, function of c, whatever you want, you can pass it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So coming to this function of a or function of v, whatever you're writing within open parenthesis, this is your function name. So you are defining a function called as function v. Yes, you will pass the particular column name or with respect to your parameter, you can call it as. So now I'm going to use one more variable. See, whatever is been written within before this assignment operator, that is nothing but your variable name. So I'm defining one more variable called as unique v. Unique v, unique variable. I can call it as unique variable. And unique, there is a function called as unique. There is a function called as unique. So unique of gender column. So unique of gender column in the sense it will choose only male and female. There are only two unique values in gender column. Only two unique column, unique data, that is one is male and another one is female. There is nothing apart from these two. So that is the reason I'm passing this unique of gender column, that is your variable name. So it will take either male or female here. Now coming to this next line. Next line, I'm writing this unique v because I'm taking this unique function with respect to the variable name and storing it in a variable called as unique v. You can write it as whatever you want. This can be anything because this is before your assignment operator. This is just a variable name. This is just a variable name. So unique v open parenthesis, square parenthesis, which dot max. Which dot max in the sense it will try to identify which particular data is more number of times, maximum times, and this function tabulate will identify under work class column or marital status column. So let me just change it to marital status as well and show you in an easier way. Marital status, this is nothing but your data set name X, marital status, okay, match. It is going to match with respect to unique value. See, for example, this one will okay, before this I'll write one more line of code just to understand what is this function does. Table of X dollar marital status, So if you see this output, you'll be able to see under marital status how many categories we have, and each of categories how many records we have. See, divorced, yes, similar to your group by function. Divorced is 4214, married after spouse or something it is 21, married CIV spouse 14,065, married spouse absent 370, never married 9725, and separated is 939, 827 is widow. So these are multiple categories of your marital status, but in India we only call married, unmarried, divorce. Divorce is also very rare, but if you see this data, 1 category, 2 category, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories we have in marital status. So out of this, so which is your mode? Out of this, which is your mode? Manually, if you want to tell, which is your mode? What is your mode for this data? Never married? Never married is just 9725.
Married CIV spouse.
Yes, we should get this answer. So let me just check it out whether I'm getting same answer or not. because I was getting something else. So that's the reason. Let me just check it out. So this table function gives you all the parameters with respect to unique values and how many records are there in that particular category. That is your table function does. Here you are going to calculate your tabulate of match of X of this part. So let me just try to select this and try to run it. So it will not work because I need to run this first because this is an entire unique v function. So this is your entire function. So it will take your marital status column and it will try to match with unique values. It will try to match with this unique of variable, that is your unique v, and it will try to calculate which dot max, which particular category is having maximum number of. Yes, so tabulate will calculate in this way. Neha, tablet will calculate under marital status how many categories we have, for how many categories, for each and every single category how many records falls into, how many records falls into. For example, if there are 1000 students, out of these 1000 students, how many of them students belong to computer science, how many of them belong to electronics, EC, how many of them belong to civil engineering, how many of them belong to mechanical engineering. That is what this tabulate or the table function does. Tabulate or table function does. Clear, Neha? Okay. Now, so now after running this, it will try to take the maximum of this. Maximum of this it should take, and it should display married CIV spouse. Let me see, because I got an error of something called as never married. See, let me just check it out whether I'm getting same or not.
What is the difference between tabulate and table?
So
Both are same.
table, see, if you are using it with respect to your which dot max function, you should use it as tabulate. See, let me just choose this. So here I'll write it as like this. Tabulate of X dollar marital status. It will not work because this is binary format. It will take with respect to binary, must be numeric or a factor variable. As of now, it is not a tabular format. So let me just check it out. In order to check your data type, you can just type it as string of this X dollar marital status. So if I run this, it will say that it is your character type. So either it should be numeric like 0 or 1, or it should be factor type. Factor in the sense how many classifications we have here? Totally 6 or 7 classifications, like married, divorced, after married once, never married, divorced, like this. We are having totally 6 classifications. That is called as your factorization. So that is the reason it is not able to calculate your tabulate. But when you use table function, whether it is irrespective of whatever it is, so it will try to count the type of categories and it will try to display. Satish, please be on mute, Satish. There is a lot of disturbance.
No, not.
So let me try to run this function first and let me try to see this output. Ramshima, have you connected from 2 systems? Ram?
No, actually, I'm not connecting. My network is a problem actually.
But
It's
who is
not
this
able,
one
I'm not
more?
able to unmute
Who
the
is
thing.
this? Yeah, who is this one more waiting for name? Please could you ping me on private chat or chat window? Who is this? Or please update your name. See, I'm running this function. After running this function, see, after running this function, the function name is get mode 1. Get mode 1. So, okay, get mode 1. So, let me just choose here as get mode 1. Get mode 1. So, if I use this get mode 1 X dollar work class, I should get an answer of, it should be See, you got your answer as married CIV spouse because married CIV spouse was having 14,000 something, right? Yes or no? It will calculate your which dot max in the sense which particular column is having more number of this thing. So if I change this max function to min, what should be your answer? See the data and tell me if I run it as which dot min instead of max, what should be your answer?
Least one will come. 827, 21, 21.
No, 21 it is 21 because married after that is AF spouse. I don't know. It is after spouse or I don't know what it is. Okay, so married AF spouse. So let me just try to take it out with respect to min.
Can you
Min,
repeat once again the flow actually, Rajesh?
this function flow.
Yeah, how to write the function, how to call the function.
Okay. Yes, once again, please concentrate. I'm explaining this particular code. Get mode 1 is a function name. You're just passing it as a variable name because whatever is been written before your assignment operator, as I told you, right, multiple times I've told you that if you're writing x is equal to 1, so this is your assignment operator. Best practice in your R programming, you should write it as less than symbol and hyphen instead of equal to. You can write it equal to, it will work. But the thing is, best practice is to use this particular symbol. This is called as your assignment operator. Now, whatever you are writing before this assignment operator, just a variable name. You can give your name as well. If you want, you can give your name as well. So I'm defining a function called as function of v, and this v is nothing but the parameter of a function. And this v is nothing but your parameter of a function. You can call it as variable. You can call it as variable. Open parenthesis. Open parenthesis. Here I'm defining one more variable called as unique v. Unique v means it is order to identify unique. That's it. You can give it as identical or anything you want. So I've just written it as unique v. And this one, this is a function. This is a function to identify. So let me just try to show you this. So if I run this function, what will be your answer? See, that is what I'm showing. If you don't use, how it will identify that how many unique records you have, how many unique categories we have in your data set called as $x marital status column. Are you getting my point? What does this unique does? This unique of variable name has clearly given all the categories out of 30,161 categories. We are having totally 7 categories: never married, married CIV spouse, divorced, married spouse absent, separated, like this. So it has displayed. So what does this function will do is it will try to.
So Yogesh,
Yes.
so under so after unique, so under X variable, whatever the records are there, under the records, you're looking for marital status, correct?
Yes.
So once you run that, whatever different value sets are there, or
Yes.
so those are being displayed. Basically,
yes, those
that's
are being displayed. Yes, this will be this particular output will be stored in a variable called as this unique v. Okay.
Okay.
Unique values, because that is your unique function. That is your unique function. So this output will be stored in a variable called as unique v. Are you getting, Satish, what I'm explaining? Satish.
Yeah, getting.
Okay. Now coming to this, here I'm using this unique variable, whatever I have displayed. Okay. And within square parenthesis, I am trying to calculate which dot max or which dot min. You can use it for maximum numbers. I can use as max. If you want to identify minimum number, you can use min function. So what is the problem, Imran? With respect to unique, it is easy, right? You are just using unique function and you are passing variable name. What is your doubt?
That is, if we don't use, what will happen? What are the data that will show?
If you don't use this,
Yes.
if you don't use this, there is no if a function will only not run. So let me just put it in this way. So let me put it in this way. Hash of unique v. If I run this, will your function work? Because you are not able to see this only. So in this case, what you need to do is unique. You need to write it, but it will not take this. Again, you'll be getting an error. So that is the reason. Again, you'll be using your unique. Will it work? It will never work. See, that is the problem.
Okay. Thanks.
Just now I explained you tabulate, right? Tabulate part. Okay, I'll explain you once again. Bhupendra, please concentrate. See here, this unique v, it has identified all the unique categories in a particular value called as marital status. Now it will take this unique v and which dot minimum. So let me just put it as which dot max. Which dot max. Which dot max. So what does this which dot max does?
It will find out the column of unique, the groups of marital status column.
Yes. Yes. So it will try to identify which particular under this unique we are having 6 categories: separated, widowed, married, like this, right? So it will identify which is having maximum value, which is having maximum number of records. So if you so if you don't write this max, if you directly write it as max, it will never work, Debanshu, because earlier version we used to use this. See, object unique we only not found. So that is the reason. So you should run this entire function, so it will never work. So that is the reason you should pass it as which dot max. You should identify which particular record is having maximum number of records, and it will tabulate. Tabulate in the sense it will try to calculate this table. Table I showed you, right? Here, I'll write it here. Table. Instead of writing table, if you write it as tabulate, tabulate will only calculate numeric values or factor values. If you use table, it will do on any type of data. So that is the reason I'm using tabulate, because your data is in 6 categories. Data is in 6 categories. One is divorced, another one is married, never married, like this. Totally you're having 6 to 7 categories. Got it? So it will try to calculate, tabulate in the sense it will try to calculate how many of your unique with respect to unique v and maximum numbers, or you can change it to minimum numbers as well. Okay, now match this with X dollar marital status, comma unique v, in the sense it will take, for example, it will take with respect to married, and it will check whether it is a part of your unique v. It will check. Now next one, never married, it will try to match with unique v. Is it a part of your unique v? But it also should match with respect to which dot max. This is your outer condition. Then it will try to calculate which is having max function, which is having.
Why, sir? Why we assign unique v to unique v? I'm not understanding that.
This one.
Unique v to unique.
See, it is just a variable name. It is just a variable name, or else. Hello.
I think in that variable you are passing this function value, right?
Yes, that's it. Yes, just the variable name I'm passing. Marital status I'm passing.
And
In
then
this
code is passing to unique.
That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
So when it comes to your Python, it is not that much difficult. In your Python, you can directly write mode function. I'll show you that as well. Okay. which dot max tabulate. It will try to match with respect to this part of your unique V, and it will take maximum numbers, and it will try to display in your get mode 1 function. It will hold it. It will hold it in get mode function 1. Get mode 1. See, let me just run get mode 1 function. So if I run this, what will be the output? Get mode 1, line number 55.
Max value will
Get mode 1. If you just
Max.
pass get mode 1, you will not get anything. See here, argument V is missing. You should pass that variable, right? You should pass that variable, which is the variable you need to calculate. So what is the variable name we have passed here? It is your marital status, X dollar marital status. So now if you pass, you'll be getting that as married CIV spouse is having more number of records. So this also will specify that.
Sorry, Yogesh. See,
Yes.
inside when you're calling the get model, you're passing the value of the table, the marshal status, right?
Yes. Yes.
But when you go inside the function, why you already define the marshal status again the column name? Because it should be variable. No, yeah, this also.
Yeah, this is only variable, right? This is only a variable.
No. In the third line in the function, you see
Yes.
the match bracket X dollar marshal status you mentioned.
You mean to say this one needs to be a V?
No, because no. In the function, you should not hardcode the column name here. X
So-
dollar marshal status. It should be variable. No, you should take from variable.
Yeah, what is that variable is my question. That is my question now for you. Next question.
Okay, can you change the marshal status to something XYZ, something ABC?
You mean to say this one too?
Yeah,
An
this one.
ABC.
Can you-
Or let me
yeah,
put it as XYZ.
Yeah, whatever be.
Yes. So you mean to say this
Because
particular function?
inside the function, I'm not hard coding anything about the
Yes.
column. What?
See, this one I'm running. It will see once again. I'm running once again this particular function.
Okay.
I'm just running it out. See, this will take this particular this thing, and if you just select this, yes, it's something like your variable name you're passing. So you can just pass variable name, or you can just use get mode 1. Get mode 1. So now if you run this get mode 1, it will take only with respect to whatever the function we have stored, that will be displayed. And if you pass this, it will take this XYZ as your marital status. So why I passed this marital status was in order to make sure that which particular column we are calculating. You can replace with V1, whatever it is, V1, V2, or you can just pass this V as well here only. Just to make sure that you understand, I have passed this marital status for this.
So now if you run the get model or this
This one,
get
you'll get
model,
it.
can you run this one get model X marshal status?
Yes, it
The
will
line
get
number-
it. You'll get it.
Line number 56. Can you run now?
Which one?
56.
So line number 56, it is taking you wrong. Well, that is the reason I told you. Get mod 1. See, get mod 1 is a function. If I don't pass this XYZ, it is not calculating it. It is showing it as never married. Never married. You mean to say I need to pass with respect to my this column. So let me just show you in this way. I'll just change it to this way. Instead of passing XYZ, I'll make sure that I'll pass it as variable name itself. That is your V function of
Yogesh, don't run 1 second. One
Yeah.
question here.
Yes.
See, if you pass V, how it will be checked which column you are finding?
Yes, that is what I was talking with respect to that marital status.
You got my question?
Yeah, I got your question. If you're just passing it as XYZ, it will not take because your X dollar will not have a column called as V.
Correct. Yes, that's right.
Unknown or uninitialized column, because your X is your data set name. And okay, let me try to do in this way. I'll just show you in this way.
Okay, sorry, Yogesh. Now if you run the get model, it will work or not?
Which one? I've already run it. It has, see, it is giving you a wrong answer.
No. If you 56, can you run again once again?
Yes, I've already run it.
Because now you declare as a V as a match, no?
Where max.
In the function, you instead of XYZ, you change to V.
Yes, I've removed that X dollar as well. I've removed this X dollar as well. So earlier I have written as X dollar marital
Yeah.
status.
Because in
Now,
generally in the programming, when you function, you're
general
writing
programming
something,
means just
we
a
should
variable
not,
name.
we just define the variable, because the passing parameter should supposed to come from the
Function,
get
yes.
model. From the get model, you have to pass the parameter which column you
Yes,
need to
that is,
execute.
yes. So that is how we generally do it in your programming, right?
Yeah.
See, I was supposed to come to that particular line, but you asked me in the earlier stage itself. But why I explained you this writing with respect to this X dollar marital status was whatever the variable name I'm passing, that is nothing but your V. Okay, you can either use V or you can use X, you can use A, you can use B, anything. I was coming to that point. You got it now, Satish? No, it is not showing off marital status of all. See here, it is only showing only one. Okay, simple way I'll tell it as, in simple way, whatever the parameter you are passing, pass same parameter, and this function will become global function. Global function, if you pass any column with respect to get mode 1, it will take.
That's right. Irrespective of any marshal status, you can pass to anything.
Yes, but why I showed you with respect to this one is I've just run it for that particular column I've taken in my data in order to show how many categories I have. You can pass it for any parameter. For example, let me just choose another column. Instead of passing X dollar marital status, let me choose some other column. Instead of marital status, what shall I choose? Shall I choose?
Education you can choose.
Okay, I'll choose education.
Otherwise, you can choose race. Race also okay.
Let me just find, see, HS grad. So HS grad I've chosen, it has given. So let me just try to run this table of HS grad, X dollar education, so that it will show you how many number of records are there in your education. See, HS grad is having how much records? Is it maximum numbers when compared to all the others? Yes or no?
$9840.
Yes, that is your maximum number. That is your maximum number. Suppose if I change it to minimum, which dot min? What should be your answer? If I change it to min?
45.
45 or anything less than that? Yes, it is your preschool. You should get it as preschool, not 45. You'll get it as preschool 45. So let me just put it as X dollar education. See, preschool is nothing but your 45. Clear now, at least? If you want anything with respect to variable name, you can pass it as V. And if you want anything with respect to that, understanding what is that V is nothing but your variable name. In this particular data set, I have called it as marital status first. If you want to change it, you can just make it as V, and you can use that particular function name. You can call this function here. Instead of putting it as get mode 1, you can write it as get mode, whatever you want. It is not only with respect to get mode, you can write whatever you want.
Sorry, Yogesha. Sorry, one more clarification. In the
Yes.
function, in the third line of the function, you unique V parenthesis which mean tablet match V put. Again, why you are calling the unique V again? Is a return value?
It is a return value. It is not return value. It will try to check whether this V, whatever the variable it is, right? It is part of this unique variable. Means with respect to preschool, HS grad, 10th standard, some college, post school or something, it will try to identify is this a part of this particular variable. That's it.
Okay.
It will check it out. It will match. It will match
So,
with respect to this.
So this is a standard syntax, no? This is a standard Python.
syntax. Yeah, this is a standard syntax for R for writing your mode. That is the reason. Because for everything they have done it as so if you want to do without match, so will it work? If you don't do without match, so how can I write without match like this? You mean to say?
Yeah.
You will never be able to do, because that is the standard. Syntax you cannot change. So if you just go to this unique of V, see, go to help section, Manjunath, go to help section, type it as unique. Type it as unique. You're going to get that extract unique elements. See here. So you can just go and read this document. You can just go and read this document. So see here, unique X incomparables is equal to false. Incomparables, what are the parameters it can take? Each and everything is being written.
Can you type match there, Yogesh?
Yeah, here.
Can you type match there?
Here,
No.
match.
On the help. No, I'm sorry. On the help. On the help.
Okay, on the help section. Yeah, match function, you mean to say?
Yeah.
See, value matching. It is matching your value.
So value matching. Okay.
Yes, it will match the value with respect to first matches of its arguments in its second one. This match will be matching with respect to this particular variable, whether it is a part of this variable.
Okay. Can we have one more example, Yogesh, just to clear?
So just you can, okay, let me just open your data set and show you one more example. In the sense, I can choose race. Okay, let me just choose race column. Okay, or else I can choose the sex column as well, male or female, or race, white and black. So let me just choose that. So first what I'll do is, I'll not run this get mode function. I'll try to run it as see how many males and how many females are there.
Okay, 9781.
Yes, male are 20,380. If I pass this mode function get mode 1, I should get male. Answer should be male. So let me just write out. So instead of passing education column, I am passing it as $X column. So it is giving it as, because it is min, I have written it as minimum. So that's the reason. So let me write it as max. See, clear, Rakesh, now? See, this is nothing but your variable name. That is nothing but your $X marital status, $X education, $X race, $X whatever it can be. That particular column name in your data set.
Okay. So that is just a what do you call syntax, isn't it? Get mode
that's
1.
just a syntax part. Yes. That get mode 1 is a function. Rakesh, get mode 1 is a function.
Okay.
See, I've written the function, right? So this is the function.
It's a custom function.
You can call it as user defined function, or you are writing a function.
Okay.
It is not an inbuilt function. It is not an inbuilt function. You can give, instead of get mode 1, you can just give it as Rakesh. Will it work? Yes, it should work. Yeah, it will work. It will work or not, Satish? Bhupendra?
Just changing.
No, it will not work.
Why it will not work?
It will not work.
See here.
You have created with the name of Rakesh.
Yeah, it will work, right? Whatever is been written before your, we can give any name. It is nothing but your variable name. We are just changing the name. See, I have written it as Rakesh. It has given the same answer. I can write anybody's name.
It will be anything, right?
Yeah, you can give anything with respect to your variable name, can be anything. And this, instead of writing unique V, I can write it as Sanjay. Will it work?
Yeah, you have to change inside also.
Yeah, I have to change. That is what I'm doing. Sanjay. Here also I need to change.
Yes,
yeah,
it will work.
Yes, that is the difference. See, ultimately, whatever the variable name you are passing, it is just your understanding. Because if I run this more Rakesh function, what does this Rakesh means? Will it give an insight of mode? Understanding will never be so easy. So easy. Now, if I run this Rakesh, it will give an answer, same answer. Whether it is Sanjay, whether it is Sanjana, whether it is somebody else, it will give you the same answer. Clear for everyone?
Yeah. Now, Yogesh, now this function, what are the function you written? The user defined function is only applicable for this program only. I can call in any other program also.
If your if you're calling in any other program,
We
you
need to
can
import
call it. You can call it because you can just use this function and you can just copy paste and you can just call this function anywhere.
But
It
before
doesn't
calling,
matter.
I need to do some import or anything there to call the program to here.
So, no, you cannot do import for this because it is your user defined function. You cannot do import function like your tools. There is nothing called as import package for this. Okay.
But
So I'll tell you, if you are using for a different program, see your global environment should have that particular function called as Rakesh. If I delete this, consider that I'm deleting this. Consider that I'm deleting this Rakesh. Remove Rakesh. RM stands for remove. Remove Rakesh. See, Rakesh is not there. Will it work now? Consider that you're
No.
running it in a different window. You just consider that you're running it in a different window. See, could not find function Rakesh. First, you should run this, and then only you should run this. Got it, Satish?
no,
Bhupendra?
but now okay, just one more.
Yeah.
This one, once you write the function, you need to save as a file again the Python or something that R program file or something like that. Or
Even if you
just
save, even if you save it, it will be a part of your program, not be a part of your user-defined function.
so okay, now if you save this Rakesh, tomorrow
Mhm.
if I open the any program, it will I can see in the global one.
Yeah, you can change it.
No,
You
I
can
can.
change it.
Now you are already Rakesh. You already created one function. Now it
Mhm.
already appearing in the global environment. Now
Yes.
I close the R Studio now. And tomorrow I'll open R Studio and I open new file, new programming
Mm.
file, new script.
Yes.
I can still call the Rakesh. It will be still available in the global environment.
Yes. Yes. So if you just see, as Sanjay is telling that we can create a library. Library is nothing but your package, Sanjay. That is what I was coming to that. This tool says right here, there is something called as package. You can write this Rakesh function in a package and you can contribute it to your community. If you contribute it to your R community, they will try to update this as a function for mode. So whenever you want to call that, you can just use that particular package and you can call that particular function called as Rakesh. So you're coming to your point. So coming to your point, Satish, you'd ask me a question, right? Today if I close it and tomorrow if I open it. See, if I
Yeah.
click on this, it is asking for save selected. If you don't save, everything will be gone. If you save selected, tomorrow if you open R, everything will be like this. Everything will be like this. Then directly you can run this. If you
Okay.
give it as don't save, nothing will be there. Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
And see, every time I'm going to give save. So that's the reason. So we have spent approximately around 45-50 minutes in just to understand this function. So that is a one of the disadvantage. They have not included this mode function. I'll also show you one more mode function itself. Today I'll try to complete this mode as well fully. So see, let me just take a not age. Let me put it as race. If I choose this race column, total number of race are America, Indian, Eskimo, Asian, Pacific Islander, black, white, and other. So white is having more number of categories here, 25,932. So there is a function called as mode est. There is a function called, package called as mode est. See here, mode est package. If you run this, it is just an optional part I'm showing you because it is already time up. So mode estimation, see here. So for this, you need to go to tools, install packages, mode est. So you need to install this package. I've already installed it, but so let me just, so this package intends to provide estimators of the mode of univariate, unimodal, and sometimes multimodal data and values of the modes of usual probability distribution. So this is one of the package called as mode est. So this mode est, you should use it in your R program and there is something called as MLV. See, what does this MLV stands for? You should understand. So this MLV stands for estimation of the mode. MLV stands for estimation of the mode. That is your generic function which enables to compute an estimate of the mode of a univariate distribution. See, this MLV, I am passing it as a column called as $H, $H, and this method is equal to MFV. So what is this method? Either you can go with respect to MFV, or you can also go with respect to discrete MFV. See, estimate of the mode of discrete distribution. If you're having discrete distribution, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will also display most frequent value. So this is nothing but your most frequent value. Either you can go with discrete. See, it will take with respect to numeric vector of observations. That is nothing but your which particular column you want to identify. Method is equal to MFV. MFV stands for most frequent value. Further arguments which will be ignored. Details. So if you want details, argument X is to come from a discrete distribution. This argument X is nothing but your discrete column from your data set. This one, $H. Getting my point? What it is? What is this $H? It is nothing but your data set name. Under data set name X, there is a column called as age. This is your file name, and there is a column called as age. So I am passing this age. Instead of passing it as age, let me pass as race itself. So let me try to pass it as race. So if I pass race, and if I run this line of code, most frequent value, it will give me an error. Argument must be of length 1. There were 21 warnings. So let me just choose this method is equal to discrete. See, most frequent values with respect to your discrete function, it gives you 36 with respect to 36. So now my question is, why are we getting error for this and why not for this? Simple question. Try to use your brain for 1 minute. Why are we getting this error is my question. See, if I pass discrete here, again I'm getting error, but in my age column I'm getting the answer. So if you want, I'll show you one more answer, one more example. Instead of choosing age, I'll pass as sex column. Why are we getting answer as error for this and why not for age? I'll open the data set. As well. Please tell me what is the difference. For age column, you're getting answer. For education, you're not getting answer. For marital status, you're not getting. Yes, because of
numeric.
Yes,
Numeric.
because of numeric value, you are getting this. So if it is only numeric value, it will calculate with respect to numeric value. If it is your categorical data, this mode function will never work. This is your mode EST package. Mode EST package will never work for that. That is the difference. That is the reason we wrote this get mode 1 function. That is the reason we wrote this as external user defined function. So if you want to calculate with respect to some column, with respect to whichever is having integer data type, it will work. Clear now what it is? If it is non-numerical category, it will never work. Yes, any question? What is the use of mode of dset dollar column then based on the what I tried? So see, this mode. Okay, let me just, what is the dset column number 1? So you are using which function, Sanjay? You are using just a mode function, right? Will it work? Will it work? Is it working? It worked. Okay, which is the function, which is the R version you are using? Because for me it is not working, because from past 3 to 4 years I'm using the same version, so I'm not able to use it. So please tell me the version of R. So let us others also try. Let others also try.
Sorry, Yogesh. One more thing regarding version. For
Yeah.
me, and plan actually, as per yesterday, I'm trying to import the CSV file. But when I go for the import data set, I couldn't find the CSV file actually.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You are having two options, right? One is Excel and another one is from base, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, you should click on base. Others should click on base. Everyone should click on base, because this is my older version of R, what I'm showing you. So you should just choose base. Clear now?
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's the reason even the screen, some of the thing also different actually from your version and my version.
Yeah, that is the reason, because I've installed this particular R Studio was installed in 2017 Jan 29th, I guess. 29th I installed this, Jan 2017. So after that multiple versions came, but I could not update because of my projecting, that I have not even restarted, and I have not even just done updated my R. So that is the reason I'm getting CSV, Excel separately. For you all it will be base. You should
Ours is
use base.
the R Studio version 1.1456.
But mine is older one. With
Oh,
respect to
okay.
project setup and all, it will be using, mine will be using with respect to older version. That is not about R Studio, it will be about my R also. So don't worry, it is ultimately you are using base. That's it, nothing else.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Yogesh, is it possible for you to have any notes like this for this all this one, or just we need to write down any prepared notes are there? Otherwise, every time reading the viewing the recording is time consuming.
So you mean to say for each and every whatever I'm telling,
No,
the notes for that?
yeah, notes, anything, the functions or what are things.
No, functions.
At least for
See,
the
these are the
functions,
Not function. What are the any these notes?
functions
Whatever
and
telling.
mode AST example like that, you can
no.
probably
So see,
formulate
I'll
all
tell
that.
you. So with respect to this, only code I can provide you. Only the code part I can provide you. I don't have any explanation. See, this is just an explanation
Otherwise,
part
give
in
me
the sense.
the frequently used functions.
See, you cannot tell it as frequently used functions. See, it is just mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance. Only with respect to mode function only, this is this much difficult. This much difficult. Why it is? Because nobody has done with respect to this.
Okay.
So probably what you can do is, I'm going to share this, right? I've shared you some basic data types, right, today.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, got
What
it.
you
Yeah,
can
got it.
CSV
so
files, right?
yes. No. Apart from CSV file, I shared you one R file also, I guess, Rakesh.
Yeah. I got a R file also, right?
Oh, what you should do is, so I've not written the comments, right? When you try to do it, I've sent you some two data set as well, right?
But we got only car only. The salary one we didn't receive, Yogesh. Can you sell the
Oh,
salary also?
you want
Same file?
salary? See, I've sent you some MBA, right?
I think we got only the car. I think. Let me see.
No, I've sent you two files, two mails. I've sent you two mails.
No, only one mail I received.
Okay,
Only
just let me
car.
check it
This
out.
is I have not received anything of from
Okay,
you. Only vehicle
stacks.r and
just is sharing.
cars.csv.
Okay, so what you have to do is, whoever from Datamites, right? Just contact
Yeah,
Jessie. She will provide you everything.
okay.
Okay.
Whatever you said, MBA and all, they will provide.
They will provide their data sets. They have their data sets. They will provide you. No worries on that part. See, it is
Yogesh,
just
sir.
an Excel or CSV file with respect to number column. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
Because what I do practice is showing in the system class. If you give us the same data set, now we can practice ourselves.
See, I can. Okay, fine. What I'll do is I'll give you the same data set. Is that fine?
Yeah. At least.
Okay, fine. So now, did you understand about mode EST and mode function, get mode function?
Yeah, we
Okay,
understood.
just check it out, Larry. I have shared you the same r.stats, stats.r. The same functions, whatever I've written until yesterday, I've written everything and I've shared it. Okay, what I'll do is post this class, I'll try to check it out and I'll update you. Clear for everyone? Bhupendra, whatever the version you have installed, it is correct version. There is nothing like wrong version, but as I told you, right, I have installed 2 years back, that 1.5 to 2 years back. That is the reason I'm not able to see same version, whatever the functions you are saying. That's it, nothing else. And also, did I tell this every 2 to 3 days once you need to update the packages? Check for package updates. Did I tell this?
No.
No, right? So what you have to do is at least 2 to 3 days once, at least 3 days once. So when you start your system and when it is connected to the internet, just go to these tools, check for package updates. It will try to update packages. You'll be able to see this window. So after that, select all. See, I have not installed or I have not updated packages from past 3 to 4 days. It is showing multiple packages as E1071, right? So what is this package used for E1071? E1071.
Skewness and kurtosis.
Yes, for skewness and kurtosis, not for histogram, Sanjay. It is for skewness and kurtosis. So see, it is my version whatever I've installed is 1.6.8. Somebody has updated for 1.7. See, every day one or the other person will be writing something and they'll be trying to update their packages. So that is the reason it will show you the latest version. Available version is 1.70 and my version is 1.68. And if you see all this, you're able to see there are multiple packages. The past 3 to 4 days they have upgraded it. So every 2 to 3 days once, make sure that you update your packages. Got it? See, these are some basic things nobody will teach you, but make sure that you understand on this part. Any possibility of getting existing code broken due to package update? Existing code broken due to, so what do you mean by this, Sanjay? I'm not getting your question. Sanjay, what's your question? If you can just elaborate, it will be helpful. Any possibility of getting existing code broken due to, what do you mean by that, Sanjay? Yes, the code will work, but the thing is sometimes the code might give you error. So that is the reason I showed you how to update packages, Lahari.
Sorry, Yogesh, when you updating the package, Suppose
Yes.
if you are just now you are using some function, some function we are using in the
Yes.
some function.
Yes.
That function might be a syntax or something might be changed in the new updates.
Yes.
It will highlight in the program where this is affecting.
This one.
That's
Select all
yeah.
and install updates.
No, once you select all install updates, okay, this will update all your things.
Yes.
But existing function, I written something, some syntax is there. In the program, I
Yes.
use the syntax.
The
Once you
syntax,
upgrade the, once you
syntax,
update the new,
yeah, that is what I'm telling you. Once you update this, syntax, everything will be same. Syntax, everything will be same. But the thing is, only they might have updated with respect to some other optional parameters.
additional,
Some other optional parameters.
so it's going to be additional functions only, not existing
Yeah.
function. They won't change anything.
They won't change anything. They will upgrade it. That's it.
Okay.
See your Windows XP, Windows 2000, 2003, 2010, 2007, Windows XP, Windows Vista, now Windows 10, right? Windows 8. So from Windows, whatever we have, they are upgrading it, enhancement. Yes, it is like that, Sanjay. There might be some fixing some bugs or some issues or whatever it is. Yeah, it's similar to that. So you should make sure that you update your packages at least 2 to 3 days once. 2 to 3 days once. So let me just choose all these things and let me click on this select all and install updates. So it will ask for this. Do you want to restart R prior to installing? Click on yes. Click on yes.
So Yogesh, have a question.
Yeah.
So talking about the real world projects that we will be working on. So let's say there will be a lot of files where we'll work that might be coming under one project. So does
Yes.
RStudio allow us to create a project where we can add multiple files, we can create libraries, and all will come under one hood?
Yes, you can see, click on new project. If you
Oh,
click
got it,
on new
got it.
project, you can do it.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks.
Yes.
Got error.
Okay, see, because I've not restarted my R session once I started this batch, so that is the reason I got it as start new session. So whenever you do it, please do it at least 2 to 3 days once, and also make sure that you close your RStudio at least 2 days once, because I'm not even closed for many days, because in office also I'll be using same system, and also in my sessions also I'll be using same system, and it will be working for 24/7. I will never switch off. So every week once, at least twice, if I switch it off, it might take some time. So that's the reason. So from tomorrow, what we'll do is, tomorrow's session will be, I'll tell you the tomorrow session agenda. So we'll stop at this point today. So tomorrow's session will be for Python. I think I've showed you how to install Python and Anaconda. Yes or no?
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I think tomorrow you should be ready with Python and Anaconda installation. I'll be showing you how to use Jupyter Notebook as well as Spider Notebook, both. It is Spider and it is Jupyter. I'll try to show you both. Please make sure that be prepared on this. Be prepared
Yogesh,
on this.
will you not explain about kurtosis and skewness?
I've explained you.
You explained, but I have a doubt. You have shown that the entire range is 0.53, something like that. With that number, what is the conclusion I can get it from my sales if it is I'm taking sales?
See, if you're getting 0.53, so it is your
Yes.
positive kurtosis. So positive kurtosis, how it will be? Like this, or will it be like this?
Peak.
Huh? Kurtosis you're
Kurtosis.
talking, right?
Kurtosis.
Okay. So
Yeah.
kurtosis is like this. Okay.
Yes.
And this says this is your negative kurtosis. For 0.53, your kurtosis was like this. Sorry, not like this. It was like this. Thin peak. Thin
Okay.
peak. So 0.53. What does this indicate? It is positive for your business. Positive for your business. If it is
Okay.
was negative kurtosis, it indicates this is negative for your data. Means your data is having with respect to your business, it is that negative kurtosis.
Mhm. Then I have a doubt. I have a sales data of a X product.
Yes.
Continuously daily sales are being happened for entire 365 days. If I run for kurtosis, I'm not getting anything. I know if I get 5.53 something like that, what you said, what conclusion I'm getting it from it? Whether sales are going to increase, whether sales are not increasing. How
See,
do I know that?
see in your kurtosis or in your skewness, you will not come to know whether it is increasing or decreasing. It will just say whether it is positive for your business. Is your sales positive for your business or negative for your business? That's it. You are going to get it.
Positive means positive for sales means
Positive for your sales in the sense. See, as I told you, right? So, what type of business product it is? What type of product it is?
it is a retail product, jewelry.
So,
Suppose take
okay.
my
For
business.
example, jewelry. For example, jewelry, you might have very less number of customers who comes for purchase of more than 500 grams gold per day. I'll just take it as an
Yes.
example. Or with respect to
Yes.
platinum. Or with respect to
Yes.
platinum. So these are normal gold on a daily basis. You are able to sell it as with respect to 100 grams. Some customers will purchase 50 grams. Some customers will purchase 25 grams, 30 grams, 50
Okay.
grams, 60 grams. If suppose some customers are purchasing on 500 grams on a daily basis, this will be on a daily basis. If it becomes like that, everything comes like this. Everything comes like this.
Okay.
Suddenly, one day, suddenly after some days, suddenly if it comes down like this, will it be an impact for your business? You'll be looking with respect to the same level of business per on daily basis, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that is how you need to interpret it. So if you're getting like this, 1 or 2 customers might purchase 2 kgs of gold in a day, 3 kgs of gold in a day, or some customer might purchase only 1 gram of gold, and another customer might purchase 1 kg of gold. So this will not be on a daily basis, right? Very rare cases. In this case, most of the customers are purchasing between 100 grams to 500 grams in this range, but
In
very less
every
number of
in every business, some of the
yes.
products move regularly. Then how do we conclude that it is
See,
related
some
to
some of the products which are sold regularly are will come under this curve, under this one.
Okay.
Whichever is sold rarely, whichever are sold rarely, that will come under this category.
That
Clear?
numerical value, what it is showing then?
This
0.53
0.53.
something.
So 0.53 shows it is positive kurtosis, means your peak is thin. Your peak is thin.
Means I'm not able to I'm not able to understand. I have 100 products. Some of the products are doing good. Whatever you're saying that outliers, those are not regularly sales are being happened.
Yes.
Then how do I conclude that which product is moving? A number of products are.
See, n number of products are there. I'm not telling with respect to only one single product or something. So consider your retail products itself. So as I gave an example of needle, right? Needle.
Okay.
Very less number of needles will be sold on a daily basis. How many of them will purchase? Even though if you keep it in a regular shop as well, none of them will come and purchase needle on a daily basis. This will be sold in a very rare cases, right? But
Okay.
you are having in this particular needles also in your shop, and if you are selling platinum in your shop, for example, I'm telling platinum. So platinum also will not be sold at a greater extent. Very rare cases you might tell that some of your friends or some of the customers might come and purchase valuable platinums in your shop. So this is, in this case, all other products have been sold at a greater extent. All other products have been sold at a greater. This becomes positive for business. Okay, this becomes positive for your business. So if the same case, if it happens like this, if it happens like this for some days, needles has also been purchased at a greater extent, and your normal grocery products, food products, health products, cosmetic products also have been done with respect to these products. So what about this one? So platinums are also been sold with respect to this. So on daily basis, you try to have same number of business in these categories as well. In these categories as well. So even though if you sell 10,000 needles, you'll not get more than 5,000 rupees profit. Even though if you sell 1 million, you'll not be getting more profit in this. Suppose if it is on a daily basis, if you're getting, consider that today you got a customer who is purchasing 5 millions worth platinum, you'll try to expect this only on a daily basis. So in this case, you will try to ignore these type of products which are done on a daily basis. So how many of them customers will purchase 5 millions of worth of platinum in 1 year in your shop? That is more
No,
important.
0.6% of platinum sales out of 100. 0.6%.
Yes. See, this 0.6% will be not like this. It will be like this. This will be 0.6%. This will be 0.1% or something. So remaining customers will be more in this category, right?
Yes, diamond and gold.
Yes.
So what is the best fit number in terms of kurtosis? What is the best fit?
You cannot tell it as best or with respect to that, you can just tell it as whether it is positive or negative, because sometimes in some business you can tell it as +3 also you'll get, +12 also you'll get. In some cases you might get -10 also. So if you get -10, your curve might be like this.
Okay.
If you get +12, your curve might be like this. Sanjay, please do some research as well. Okay. Not Sanjay, sorry.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Fine, 1 second. 1 second. So coming to Sanjay, okay, yesterday I had given some assignments, right? How many of them have done the assignments? What is the function to, okay. Okay, today I'll not ask you this question. So again, I'll ask you the question once again. So tell me, how do you identify the outliers with respect to your box plot? What is the function to, or the formula? I'll ask you again this question. Tomorrow you should tell me. I think only one person has reminded me. Clear? Is it clear for everyone? Tomorrow at least please try to answer this. I forgot this answer because I was literally occupied until 7:40. So that's it, because I reached my home around 7:05 and I had a call from 7:05 to 7:37. So that's the reason I was in a hurry. So please don't mind, tomorrow onwards I'll be on time. Some days because of traffic I might miss some 5 to 10 minutes, but no worries on that. I'll take care of that. Okay, so tomorrow we'll try to join again around same time. Yes, box plot with outlier, label, everything. Tomorrow I'll be asking you the question. That will be the first question. And tomorrow be ready with your Python and Anaconda installation. I'll try to show how to use your Jupyter notebook, and also I'll try to show you how to use your Spider notebook. These are two what we use in our daily basis projects. Project basis, we are going to use either Spider or Jupyter notebook. What are different advantages? Not advantages, both are same, but some use Jupyter, some use Spider. There are some slight disadvantages of Jupyter. There are some slight disadvantages of Spider. I'll try to show both of them, and we'll try to do whatever you have done, mean, median, mode, all these things. Okay, thank you all. Good night. And I'll be sharing this code. And also, as I told you, that I'll be sharing this
data sets.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Good night.
If possible, if you have anything like these assignments, examples, what are they?
Yeah. See, actually, I'll be sharing. See, tomorrow after completion of your Python class, I'll be sharing you assignments for all these things.
So we can practice something, the code, at least we can understand.
Yeah, you have to practice. That is the reason tomorrow, after completion of this first, second, third, fourth moment, and your standard deviation, histogram part, I'm going to share you this tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow night you'll be getting your assignments. You need to complete those assignments by coming Monday. It is up to you, because this is not something like school. I'll be behind your assignments. You should take the ownership and you should complete your assignments. Okay. And before assignments, I'll also show you something. If possible, tomorrow I'll show you, or else I'll show you in next week somewhere. But meanwhile, try to complete your assignments.
Yeah, but you'll do review also, no assignments?
Yes, I have to do, but it might take some time, because I'm having 4 batches running and a couple of around 60 to 70 students. So it might take some time. So I'll try to make sure that everyone's assignments will be checked.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Good night.